Hey Angels, I thought I'd say hi rather than just write to you. For our next part of this low light project, what I would like you to do is take the tips that were outlined in the videos and take some pictures. So what were those tips? One was really using the auto exposure and autofocus lock where you tap on the screen and hold it there and then allows you to exchange the exposure and while it's locked in the focus of that spot. It's important to keep your camera steady during that point in time because it's actually um, it's locking in your focus. So if you move your camera forward and back, that distance will change things and shift your focus a little bit. So you want to keep your camera steady. That's another one. You got to keep your camera steady. So how do you do that? Do you lock your elbows down on top of a surface and hold your camera that way? That's a really important thing to do so that you can keep your low light images really um, uh, exposed well and nice and focused that way too. And you want to make sure you're not blowing out your whites. So where you tap on the screen to do that autofocus lock, what it's going to do is also going to check the exposure for that particular spot. So it gives you a chance to be able to actually control those things. Those tips and the times are in the assignment from last class. So the times for where those tips are outlined there on, I believe, the exit ticket from the last set of questions that gives you a chance to go back and find those images on those the sections of the video. So what do you do? What are you taking pictures of? That's up to you. You could take, have someone go out and shoot underneath the lights and where your car's parked, or using the headlights or whatever. Get creative. It gets dark a little bit later, so if you go out at 8 o'clock at night, that works. I know some of you are operating on fairly nocturnal schedules. I know my teenager is. So, if you're up late and sleep in early, maybe you're going to use some of those nighttime hours to be able to take some pictures. Maybe it's been hard to shoot because you've become nocturnal and you're not able to use sunlight. So this is going to go in the other direction there, give you a chance to be able to shoot some pictures using those strengths. Using light from a window, I think, is nice. If you turn the interior lights off and shoot with the light from a window, that ends up being low light. Doesn't have to be dark. That's the trick. The mistake people have made over the years is they light a couple of candles in a pitch black room and they expect that to show up. It may show up some with your cell phone cameras. On film, it's a disaster. So this is the best chance we've ever had to get good pictures on a low light assignment. I'm thrilled. So the quarantine is giving us a chance to actually shoot some pictures that we wouldn't otherwise have with our film assignments. So, look, making some lemonades out of the lemon here. Nope, I didn't get that right. Making some lemonade out of the lemons we have here, I think is really good. So let's see what we can do with it. Take pictures, portraits, landscapes, still lifes, whatever you got. Make them beautiful. There's no reason to not take gorgeous photos. You see it. Your phone is simply a tool. Your creativity is really what limits you. That's it. If you've got some editing apps, fantastic. If you don't, doesn't matter. Your phone's great. You can use Pixel, you can use Photoshop. If you've got those things, that's awesome too. But if you guys give me some great photos, I'll put them together and send you all a video out of everybody's great pictures. I would love to see some beautiful low light stuff. So portraits, landscapes, still life, your call. Whatever's going to work for you, whatever you're allowed to do based on house rules and the quarantine, go for it. Whatever you've got in terms of hours of the day, work with it. You can go in your dark room with some lights, but don't just take pictures of lights. I want something beautiful. It has to be a standard, gorgeous, rule of thirds, rule of odds, beautiful photograph using everything we know how to do. Pull it together. These next couple assignments are really going to start pulling some things together that we've done. Point of view, great subjects, great focus, composition. We've been doing that stuff all year. Don't abandon me now, angels. We're getting there. And I think in the end, no, we're not using a darkroom. But the camera you're going to use for the rest of your life looks like this. So maybe we can get you to be really great at it. The link to submit the assignments will be linked after this. Always, if you can, send me a selfie. I love seeing your faces. I miss seeing your faces. I feel weird talking to an empty room with my fabulous headset. And I miss you all so very much. So please send me your selfies. It's the highlight. Even if it's just a little corner of you, it's the highlight. People, that's what I miss the most. You all. Hopefully you're well. Take care, guys.